Tonight on #Actress Life Season 2. Actress Andrea Rachel Parker discusses her roles on Power and The Deuce. Director Antoine Allen talks his film festival Validate Yourself and the importance of validating yourself as an artist. And actor Chris Silva delivers an amazing performance in our Limelight segment. ', 2017 has been a breakout year for actress Andrea Rachel Parker. She starred as Destiny in the hit Star series Power, Bernice in the HBO series The Deuce, and Ruth in Mack Wilds' After Hours. And the best is yet to come. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Perspective segment. With me today, I have Andrea Rachel. This Miss Lady has been really blazing it up this year. You were in Power and now currently in The Deuce. You were also in Mack Wilds' After Hours videos, right?
Yeah, it was one title, yeah.
So this has been an incredible year for you. How has the journey altogether up until this moment been for you?
A lot of waiting. Mack Wilds' project actually was a good break from everything because I shot Power in 2016. So I did that in October, and I did The Deuce before that, and that was in June of 2016. So it was just a lot of downtime. It was a lot of waiting, and then you don't know what people are going to say or expect. So your mind really is just like wondering. And for me, I'm the type of person where I get in my head a lot. And I know they say that you're supposed to just let things go once, you know, but I held on to it because I just had so many more questions, like, are they going to bring back for Power, and what's going to happen with The Deuce? And so once 2017 hit, I found out that I was coming back for Power, so I was able to finish off my scenes, and that was fun, and it was a good experience in and of itself. But then I had so many people who did know undercover about Power who kept saying, oh, this is going to be big, this is going to be big. So I started to, like, wander again with my mind, and when Mack Wilds' project came up and the opportunity showed up, it was just kind of like a good break from just thinking about the past projects. It was a good time to just like decompress and be somebody else. And then the character was fun, the scene was fun, and I think it was relatable, and it was the most relatable project that I have done thus far. So for me, it was just kind of like I needed it, and it came out beautifully, and then everyone did so well, and it was a big ensemble scene that now we're here, and I'm talking about The Deuce and Power, and the feedback has been great. It kind of surpassed everything that I thought it could have done, and I worked really hard in getting the momentum up for Power because I initially thought The Deuce would be out first, since I did The Deuce first, but it actually ended up coming out after. And so me finding out that the show was as big as it was, I was just like, oh no, I have to capitalize off of this. And so I just did everything in my power that I could do to get people to know I'm going to be on the show, or that my character is, you know, a little bit of a troublemaker, unintentionally. And so once those things actually became successful that I did, it's been a lot of fun. I've done so many things I didn't think I would do right now at this stage of my career.
Awesome. So I know with your character in Power, currently they're taping season 5. So are they going to bring you back for season 5?
I can't tell you that, but what I can say is that it would make a lot of sense if they did bring me back.
It would.
It would.
It would. Now, I know at this point you are gaining a lot of popularity. But before the release of these projects, how was the business for you? Because, like, for instance, when actors and actresses, like, when they up until they get that role that really, like, you know, allows them to shine that light, and then they get that notoriety, it's like, you know, people look at you as though you've just got here or something like that, like you just popped up. But you've been doing this. You've been doing this for a while.
Preach. Let you know, I've been doing this for a while now, guys. It's been a long time coming. Actually, about 4 years too late.
Okay.
So. You're supposed to get me at my prime. Okay?
You know. So So before this moment, how was the business for you? Like just trying to get in the door
before
and
the audition.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
It's politics and then it's not. It's personal and then it isn't. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like you win some, you lose all.
Okay.
You know,
like we've been at
Panera Bread. Let me tell you, we've been at Panera Bread in the middle of the winter trying to have kumbaya moments on our life because acting was just messing us up badly, okay? Let me tell you that right now. Do not even lie to these people. Did we not? Me, her, and there's another friend of ours, Erica. Hey, Erica, I'm putting you on blast. We've had cups of coffee and tea and soup, and we've been sitting there like, girl. She was working at one point, and I was like, how? Right. Tell me, teach me. So, I mean, at any given point, tides change.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. That's how it is. Mm-hmm. And the process, you have to love it. Yeah. If you love the business of acting, if you love acting, if you love the stories, then you find a way to love the process in order to get there. But, I mean, it wasn't easy. I'm short. I've been super skinny and now I'm thick, and they both come with their reservations in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. I have kinky curly hair. I'm brown skin. Mm-hmm. I'm not light skin. I'm not lighter skin. I'm not pale skin. I'm not dark Lupita skin. Right. So there's a place for me, but it's really small. Yeah. And you have to kind of fit it. You got to see who wants to work with everything that you have, and you have to find that project, and it's hard to find that project. I mean, the main difference, I don't think that's going to change. I want to hopefully get to a place and to a point in my career where, you know, scripts are just being sent to me. Right. I think that's every actress's goal. Okay. I want to get to a point where I can create my own content and people know that it's going to be good and they're willing to put it up. Right. I want to get to a point where I'm able, even if I still have to audition for something, I'm able to be in a certain level of communication where I can speak to the makers of the project first. Like, I can really sit down with them, have a cup of coffee, and just understand a little bit better what's going on. What do they want? What do they expect? How do they see this going? How are they going to put it on? And really getting into all that before I decide I even want to audition. And I know what to take into that room with me. Right. Because, you know, we're left with many questions before and after. We're never given any information. And I'm not at that point yet. Those are just my goals. And so for me, I'm still at the point that I was that you're asking about, like before, when it's up and down and all over. That's still where I'm at. So I have power, I have the deuce, and I've been lucky enough, I guess, to have epic auditions. I've had callbacks, I've had holds, I've done screen tests. I mean, I just got kicked out of a gig that I'm pretty sure a big Hollywood star landed instead of me. Right. But, and that's not to take away from her or to even take away from myself, but it's just to say, like, you know, the audition process is picking up. It's good. Like, I'm still doing that, but I'm still at the same point in place where sometimes it's a win, sometimes it's not. Most times I don't know. Right. Now for me, because I am a little bit more popular, at least online, the reasons behind me not getting a gig change. It might be that I'm not going to bring in the same capacity as someone else may, because I have 18K, they have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, or even 500,000. Right. You know, or it may be that this person already did this type of role on another platform, and they know for a fact this is what this person can do. You know, whereas now, like, I'm still new. People don't know if this is going to be consistent good acting. They're still like, all right, she was good, but for how long? Yeah. Is it just this? And so they want to see the deuce. They want to see me come back on Power. They want to see me come back on the deuce. They want to see more of me before they bet on me. And that's the point that I'm at now. But before, I mean, we're all going to go through it. It's just kind of like, you hope something lands, you hope something sticks, you're throwing things at the wall, and you just don't know what's going to stay. Right. So, what words of encouragement do you have for up-and-coming actors and actresses out there?
Who going through the struggle,
many
you know.
words.
Right.
I don't think we got all the time for words. No, I'm serious, because you know, as you learn, you get a whole bunch of an encyclopedia of information about acting, and
Right.
you know, there's so many things that I wish I knew. I could have saved a lot of time.
Okay.
But
But it's all right. It's all in all, you learn from it though.
yeah, I
we
think
learn and
right
we grow.
now the main thing. I mean, it depends on where you are in your life, where you are in your career, where you are, and what you want for yourself. Because everyone has different goals.
Right. And if you don't have no goals, you need to set them so you know where you're going.
Okay, acting advice number 1.
Okay.
Tip number 1: set some goals. No. But really, be willing to create your own content. I thoroughly believe that, and I'm definitely working on that, because no one is going to be able to depict the stories the way in which you see them,
Right.
the way that fits you best and your
Right.
acting ability best, other than you. So if you want to take your career into your own hands, if you want to have control over it, create your own content. Even if you feel, oh, who the hell is going to look at it? I mean, it might just be something that gets put in your reel, and then later on someone sees it and says, oh, now I know they can do this in this type of a way. So definitely create your own content. I'm also someone who thoroughly believes in learning yourself. So you know Kamel,
Yeah.
Kamel the actor on Instagram. You guys can follow him. He's dope. He's somebody that I worked with on 2 indie short films that are doing great, by the way. And I heard him say, you know, the best thing to do for yourself is to be yourself and to learn yourself, so you don't lose yourself. And he may not have said it that way, because you know I'm way more eloquent than he is.
Uh-oh.
Shots. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's my friend.
Right.
I can do that.
That's
my
love.
friend.
That's love.
my
That's all
friend.
that is.
But I thoroughly agree, and I thoroughly believe that. Like I said, I'm somebody who's all about human interaction, experiences, and I know myself. I know myself very well, and I think that's important, because when you lose yourself in a character, you have to find yourself again.
Right.
You have to know what you're willing to do and what you won't do, and you have to know how you're willing to get to certain places and in your career. And I'm all for having a sense of understanding and balance and peace and certainty in my life, and stability and a foundation, and the way that in which that I cultivate that in my life is through knowing myself and always coming back home to who I am, being around my family, being around my dog, being around my friends, doing certain things that just sustain me. Painting, horseback riding, things like that. Just knowing yourself really good and asking yourself critical questions. And then my last thing, my very, 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 very last thing, is take chances.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about the acting process and how it can be a struggle going up and down. And you're not going to be able to know what's right, what's wrong, what you should have did differently, how you just have to take chances. If something feels right, if something doesn't feel right, take a chance. Even if it's asking a question in the audition room, even if it's adjusting, you know, sitting from standing, or standing from sitting, just take a chance on something at least once, at least twice, maybe in that week of auditioning. If you have like 4 or 5, choose one to really take a risk. Don't play it simple, because if simple and safe isn't working or hasn't been working, that means it's time to switch it up. See, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, right?
Right.
So, I mean, you just gotta sometimes be free and allow yourself to be free and take those chances. When I did the audition for The Deuce Bernice, I was very nervous, because I've spent a lot of time in New York City, and a lot of the actresses that I went up against, they've spent a lot of time in the South. And so I just knew that they were gonna get it, because they're like plucked from the South. And lo and behold, I got it. And that was because I wasn't afraid to be my Southern self. And it's not going to look the same as yours or as my mother's or anyone else, but I took a chance, and I just did what I felt I understood from the character. And so you have to take that chance, because had I listened to the little voices in my head, they would have messed me up. I had to shut it all off, and I had to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that risk. And in my audition, there's a part where I go, damn, I did that line so country in my audition. And I remember the night before, I was asking several friends, like, should I say damn? Or should I say damn and elongate, stretch it out, make it extra? And for my audition, I did it extra long. Like, it just felt a little bit more natural in the moment in that take. And so that's what I did, just so that I was honest to myself. And they laughed, and I guess they liked it because we kept it. And then I shortened it later on for the actual shoot, but that was just because the moment and the momentum, and it was a little bit different with somebody else, so you have to feed off your partner too. But yeah, I really think that's something that helps seal the deal. So take chances.
All right. Eloquently stated.
Thank you. I tried.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for The Perspective. Next up is our meeting of the minds. And it's a good.
Don't worry, Gary. I've been submitting you. You'll get something soon, I'm sure of it. Just, keep doing what you're doing, and I'm sure you'll get something soon. Look, I got an audition coming through now. I'll call you if I hear anything. Hey Callum, David Weinstein here. I've got an audition for you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Perspective segment. With me today, I have Antoine Allen here of Antoine Allen Films. He is a film director, producer, and he also has his own film festival called Validate Yourself.
Yes.
Welcome, first of all. Thank you for being here. And today he's going to talk to you a little bit about the business and how to build yourself as a business. Because pretty much that's just what show business is, a business. So first off, you started off in the music world, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so how did you transition to film, and what made you want to transition to film?
Well, the music business was great.
Mm-hmm.
I used to manage up-and-coming artists. I used to A&R different independent labels, also direct music videos. So doing that for a while was great. Mm-hmm. But when you have artists from the inner city, they kind of got one foot in, one foot out. So it's kind of like babysitting. So I did it for a while, and I realized that it was more to me. It was more, I wasn't reaching my full potential. Mm-hmm. So I got into the film business, did my first short film. It was a female boxing film called Split Decision. Mm-hmm. I did it. I went to LA for my first time, submitted to a few festivals, and I won my first award.
Okay.
And when I did that, that was like, I got high. That was like the high of ever or for life. Because it's one thing to validate yourself. When someone else validates you, you know, it's just an amazing feeling.
Right. So you were named of the top 100 indie directors in the business. You were number 5, right?
Yes. This publication in LA called the Top 100 Indie Filmmakers in the World, and they list me as number 5.
Wow.
And when I first got the list, I was like, number 5, I just started.
Right.
But they really was looking at my business, how far I'm getting being a filmmaker. Because, you know, being a filmmaker, talent alone is just not enough no more.
Right, you're right.
You need more than that. And I was so happy and honored. And actually it's on iTunes now. Everybody want to pick it up.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, and since then, like, this happened, like, what kind of time frame we talking? Like, what, 5 years?
Yeah, I've only been
years?
doing this for 5 years.
Wow.
And in the 5-year period, you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, how I'm getting so far. It's not because I'm just an amazing filmmaker. It's the business side of it.
Right.
Because, you know, you can make the best film in the world, but if it's not market right, or you're not networking the right way, or you're not promoting your brand the right way, that could reach an audience that actually cares and actually willing to pay, You want to be just doing darts.
Right.
So it's good to have a strategy and understand that, find your audience. If you
Right.
build it, they will come.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so how'd you go from one short? You now have like 2 shorts and a feature, right?
Yes.
And that's the feature is Life is Too
Life
Short.
is too short, yes.
Right. So between your first short to your first feature, and that's crazy too, because some people go years without even before they shoot their first feature, and you've shot your first feature.
Yeah, God gave me this gift. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't go to the big college. I didn't have family work for a big studio. So I believe that, when God gives you a gift, don't limit yourself. Go for it. So I always believe in trial and error. So a lot of people told me, Anson, you sure you want to do a feature after your first short? I said, why not?
Wow.
Life is too short.
Right. Now, since then, you've gotten how many awards? I think it's like 10, right?
Awards, yeah.
That is crazy.
International. We did Spain, we did Africa, we did France, yeah.
Wow. Speaking of film festivals, validate yourself.
Yep.
So what made you want to start your own film festival? Was it just going to the making your way around the film festival circuit and just seeing the different festivals that they have? And
Well, I went to a lot of festivals, a lot. And sometimes when you see things you don't like, most people complain about it. I decided to be part of the solution. Out of 90% of filmmakers, only a few that really cater to us, African American, Asian, or Latinos.
right.
So a lot of filmmakers not run by us, so we barely get to see our type of films. So instead of me complaining, I said, you know what, let me be part of the solution. Let me start my own film festival. And this film festival will separate me from everybody else. I'm going to show you, empower you. As actors, you don't have to wait for a casting director or anybody tell you that you're great. You
Right.
start your own film, can write your own scripts. This festival is actually teaching filmmakers and actors and whoever want to be in the arts that you don't have to wait for a big studio to greenlight your project.
Right.
Greenlight your own project. So my festival basically called Validate Yourself is validating yourself first.
Right.
Sometimes we seek validation from everybody else except the person in the mirror. So this festival is really to show people that, listen, you could do it. You don't have to ask for permission.
Like, what are some of like just a few tips that you could give artists out there who are trying to put their own work together, or directors who are trying to put their projects together?
Well, first, you want to build your brand. You just want to do projects, new projects, and that's it. Start promoting more. If you do, like my film, I did a film called Life's Too Short, and it's basically about how sometimes in life, we live life like a rehearsal. You do the same day every day, get up, go to work every day, and then you never know your life is over. You haven't even lived your life.
Right.
So, I do my own premieres. If you want to show yourself in the theater, buy our theater. It doesn't cost that much. If you have merch, you have T-shirts for your merch. Sell merch for your film. If you have a film about maybe an illness, maybe cancer awareness, do a premiere for cancer awareness. If you're a female filmmaker, do a premiere for March, Women's Month. It's just different marketing tools you could do to brand yourself.
Right.
If you're an actor and you have a great personality, start getting to hosting. Because you never know where the opportunity is going to come. And then, also too, I think we got so comfortable on social media. We're always on social media.
Right.
If the internet one day shut off, where you going to be?
Right.
So you got to do a lot of things that's offline. I like to go back to give charity, give back. Just do different things that you just not just one person. Because, you're going to meet someone that's better than you as acting,
Yep.
maybe a better director than you, but they would never outwork you. That's when you got to outwork it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So to kind of bring this to a close, what words of encouragement do you have for up-and-coming artists, up-and-coming actors, directors out there?
Learn the business and read as much as possible.
Read? You want us to what?
Read. A lot of people don't want to read no more.
You're right.
They do emojis now, but yeah, read and understand what you're getting yourself into. There's no way you could beat the game if you don't know the rules. And if you're African American or Latino or Asian, you're already against you because we don't own anything. We don't own nothing. We don't own BET.
Right.
So when you're in a playing field of the industry that you don't own nothing, you have to create. This is why I started my own festival. Because, when you look at the big top networks, if you got cable right now and you got 300 channels on your network, I guarantee you the minorities make up 10% of all 200 channels. So if I could count the shows on my hand that we have, the game wasn't meant for us. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, some people are like, oh, you know, it's whitewashing, it's racism. They putting their own people on. And that's what you got to do, put our own people on. You know, you can't complain at a table that's what's set for you.
Wow. Wow.
Drop the mic.
Okay. And congratulations on your film festival. That
Thank
is
you so much.
wonderful. That's amazing. I'll definitely be in the house.
Yes.
Okay. So and yeah, so if people want to follow up on your projects and keep up with the festival, like not just this year's, but the up and coming festivals to come, like
You
how
can
can
go
they
to
find you?
my website, official website, AntoineAllenFilms.com, and check me out. You know, I'm always here to help. Yeah.
Wow. And you also give seminars and stuff like that, workshops and
Yes,
stuff
I have
too.
workshops,
So-
and you know, I'm always here to help. It doesn't make sense that God gave me this gift and I can't share it.
Right. Right. Thank you so much for
No
being
problem.
here.
Yeah. I also know that somebody did kill that boy. Someone put 2 slugs in his belly and dumped his body in the weeds next to the railroad tracks just outside of town. Somebody did that. We paid several eminent, bird-brained, chicken-hearted, big-ass people quite a lot of money to discourage such activity. And of course, they never discourage it. But we must find that somebody who killed that boy. And you, my friend, according to the testimony of Joel Davis, better known as Papa D, was the last person to see that boy alive. There's also a well-known fact that you didn't like him, to say the least.
On the next #Actors Life, Eldoni Mason is back, giving you 3 tips you need to know before pitching your movie or screenplay. Post-production coordinator Shirley Vernay Williams gets real about the cutting room floor, and another incredible limelight performance you won't forget. Don't miss it.